In the last session last week, I clarified why at 10K lead we don't track email open rate. So the question is, which metric do we track at 10K lead if we are not tracking open rate? Now the answer is we track 4 key metrics. Now see what I call the metric Foursome. So welcome to the Elite Experience Podcast. This is the email edition, and this edition is based on the EROS. Based on EROS. So EROS is a lead revenue optimization system that we have for that we use at 10K lead to create lead email experiences for the skincare brands which are our clients. So if this is your first time here, welcome to the Elite Experience Podcast, and I am Samuel Kim, the founder and CEO of NK Elite. NK Elite is an agency which is focused on two things. So the first one is marketing, and then the second one is grant writing. So for the marketing, it is email marketing and copywriting, and then on the fundraising side, we only focus on one thing, so that is grant writing. Now back to the metric for some. As I have already mentioned, we at NK Elite we measure 4 key metrics. So this is what I call the metric for some. And these are the key metrics that we have found are very crucial in terms of engaging, in terms of creating elite email experiences. So this one measures engagement that the subscriber is having with your brand. So the first metric is CTR. CTR means click-through rate. So click-through rate is about the action that subscriber takes in your emails. Now this action is tied to the links in your email or the CTA of your email. So that is what we mean by click-through rate at 10K lead. So it is either the subscribers click on a link in your email or they have clicked on the CTA in your email. We measure this metric now is reveals the engagement that a subscriber is having in your email. So when you look at if your email has several links or several CTAs, you look at which content they are engaging with. So if it is a newsletter, you look at what they are engaging with more. If it is just an email, you look at what they are clicking at, and now this tells you what they are interested in. So that is the purpose of the click-through rate. The second metric, the second metric of the metric for some is CVR. CVR is conversion rate. Crucial for promotional campaigns. So this is if you are running a sale, you are doing a launch, if you are doing a special edition. So this one is more about what happens after someone click in your email. So this one is when someone clicks on the CTA in your email, what happens when they reach the landing page or the website. So do they complete that purchase? Now the complete purchase, this is what you are measuring. So of the number which have clicked the CTA in the email, when they reach the website, how many complete the purchase? So this one is more about what happens after the CTA button in your email. Now this one now measures the effectiveness of your campaign. So this is the effectiveness of your email CTA, effectiveness of the message of your email, the effectiveness of your landing page or website, effectiveness of your product description page. So this is if you are sending your subscriber to your website. So that is what it measures. And now, when you look at that now, you'll be able to see which number click, which number clicked through the email, and now which number completed that purchase on your website or on your landing page. Now that is that metric, the second metric, not the third one. So the third metric now, the third metric of the metric for some is bounce rate. So bounce rate is sometimes when you send emails to your subscribers, there are emails which do not reach your subscribers. And now there are four main reasons that you have identified why a brand, when it sends its email, the email doesn't reach the subscribers inbox. And now the first reason is this is because this was a fake email address, and now that is why no one is engaging in the email or opening the email. The second one is this is because you have a inactive subscriber. So this is someone who has not been interacting with the brand for some time, and now that is why the email is failing to reach the inbox. That reason is because of an inversion, about inversion. So this is whereby if your brand has experienced a bot inversion, and now what happens is a bot inversion is that they end up putting in your email list, putting on your email list either some real email addresses that the people have not consented to. So people have not given you permission to send them emails, or fake email addresses, or gibberish emails. So these are email like recently I saw this email that the address was James at notreal.com. So that now that is a gibberish email now. So those are the kind of emails that bots put in on your email list when they do a bot inversion. And now the fourth reason now is because of a soft bounce. Now a soft bounce, this is when now your subscribers email, like your subscribers inbox is full, so it has no place to enter. So this is where now this is the fourth reason why your email may be bouncing. Now what you have noticed about this email bouncing is that before you take any action, you should first confirm that it is really a hard bounce. So you should confirm that there is no engagement taking place, and now after that now you now take action as a brand. So how do you confirm this? You confirm this by the moment you notice that the email has bounced, you take those emails, you put them in a specific segment, and now 90 days later you send them another email. Now at the end of the day, no one spends 90 days without either clearing the inbox or reducing the emails in the inbox. So after 90 days, it was because if the bounce was because of a soft bounce, if the bounce was because the subscriber's inbox was full, your inbox, your email design will be able to land in the inbox, will be delivered. But if if the subscriber is inactive, the email will still bounce. And now at this point now, it's when you sunset those emails now. So you have already put them in a specific segment now. Just sunset that specific segment if there is no engagement 90 days later. So that is the fourth metric. And now, not the fourth, but the third metric. Seems as if on trade, this one now if you are determines the deliverability of your email, the deliverability of your emails, and now also it determines the reputation of your domains. So you don't want to keep blasting out your emails to people whose email addresses are crossing a bound. So you don't want to do that. You want to put that on the minimum as possible. And that is why I've mentioned that test for you, whereby you check if the bounce was because the subscriber's inbox was full, or it was because of other reasons. It was because of the other reasons like bot invasion, inactive subscriber, or fake email addresses. Now you delete those email addresses from your email list. So that is our third metric for some. So our fourth and final metric for some. So this one is unsubscribe rate. Now the thing about unsubscribe rate is that this one should not worry you too much, because now it is normal. It is normal for people to unsubscribe from your brand, and it is normal because sometimes someone thinks something about your brand, and now they come to your brand or because they are looking for discount, and now this is why I don't recommend brand doing discount. So if someone is looking for a discount and now they've gotten that discount and they realize that doesn't look like they get another discount, so they end up unsubscribing. So this one may be because of several reasons, and should not be worried about that because your brand is not for everyone. So if someone want to leave, you should open the door for them and let them leave. But there's one thing I would like to address about subscribe rate, and this is if you notice there is a spike in your unsubscribe rate. So as I have already mentioned, it is normal. So when you look at your unsubscribe rate, it should be at a certain level, but when you notice there's a spike, you should look into it. And now when you notice that spike, you should look into it and look at what was the reason of that spike. Is it because of an email you sent? Is it because of an email campaign that you did? So you should point out the issue, and so that you can know what caused that, so that you don't repeat it in the future. And now those are the four metrics that we track at 10K list, and those are the four metrics that are in the metric Foursome. So the first one is click-through rate, the second one is conversion rate, the third one is bounce rate, and now the fourth one is unsubscribe rate. So my question for you is, out of those four, out of these metric Foursome, which metric or metrics are you tracking in this metric Foursome? So I'd like to know about that in the comments below. Also, if you have any question, if you have a suggestion, put it in the comments below. And I'll see you in the next session. Now, the next session now will be another session about the email engagement. And now we'll be continuing with the email engagement triple threat mini series. But for now, bye bye. Carpe diem.